Introducing the unabridged autobiography of 3 blind mice.
Three small mice, pine for some fun, pine for some fun. They made up their minds to set out and roam, said they 'tis dull to remain at home, and all the luggage they took was a comb, these 3 small mice.
Come on, Charlie. Enough with combing your hair already. Daddy said he wants us there by 7. He said, men of action are up with the dawn. What's that look for? You've had as much hand in our being late as me. Got to be presentable, my old nana used to say, and she only had 1 leg, so, you know. And with only 1 comb between us, it was bound to take time. You've still got it, haven't you? I didn't really have a chance to finish. The comb, you've got it, haven't you? You do? Good.
Oh, over here, gents. A fine and prosperous morning to you both, brothers of the road.
Hello, Thaddeus. Good morrow, is it? Sorry we're late.
Nonsense. No such thing as late for 3 mice, freshly liberated from the fell maze and exulting in the air of their freedom.
Just you said 7, see, and it's...
I know what I said, Phil. I was being poetical. You've got to do a bit of that. I read in this book by this Spanish fellow about our very situation, and him and his servant, see? They took to wandering just like us.
I'm not a servant anymore. Who do you mean, Charlie?
None of us are servants, Phil. That's not my point. My point is the Spanish fellow took to wandering, as we are, and he was poetical about it. He had some class, and people respected him for it. So I'll be expecting more of the like from you and all. Double, in fact, to make up for Charlie.
Yep. Okay. It'll be great, because Charlie's a mate, who I'll cover for, because he's great.
It's not the bard, but I can see you trying, and that's a start. Right, who's up for a little breakfast? Can't start a new life on an empty stomach, can we? See, Charlie's got the right idea. Lead the way, my son. The world is our proverbial shellfish today, no longer slaves of the old order, but free to relish the new world.
3 hungry mice, 3 hungry mice, search for some food, but all they found was a walnut shell
that lay by the side of a dried up well. Who'd eaten the nut they could not tell,
these 3 hungry mice.
Will you stop tugging on my sleeve? Look, I take your point, Charlie. I do. Living off the land was not so easy as I'd surmised. I hold my hands up to that one. But let's not raise pitchforks or combs just yet, eh? If the fields are barren, let us try the castle.
You reckon we ought to London, then? Seek King?
No, Phil, I don't mean for us to walk all the way to London and ask the king. When I say castle, I mean it in a metaphorical sense.
Oh, poetical.
Every man's home is his castle. There's a village ahead where salts of the earth, such as us, are sure to find food and lodging. We'll knock on the first inn we see, have our bed and breakfast sorted in 1 hit, then it's on with the business of the day.
I'll tell him, Charlie. Leave off my arm, will you? Thatch roof there, Thaddy. Charlie's seen the stables out back. Must mean there's... I
sense trouble brewing in you, Philip.
I've had a thought, Thad.
Oh dear, I thought we talked about those.
If I remember right, innkeepers be wanting money for rooms, and for bread and cheese and whatnot.
You are right on top of things, as usual, brother.
We've nothing but a comb and a walnut shell between us.
Walnut Charlie, throw that away. You don't know where it's been. And never you mind that, Phil. There's plenty of honest ways to make a few coin for those willing to make the effort.
Just we don't exactly know how to do much. Never was good at what we was doing in the pit, and...
Trust, Phil. Trust the process. It will be okay. We've a host of skills as yet untapped to offer. And failing that, we'll make use of your well-groomed charm and fine fettle to make a go of it as lamentators.
Course, Thaddy. I can ask 'em for lamentators, but I don't
lamentators. Those who lament, Philip, like I so often do for your wits. Soul cakes for the soulers, as they say.
What did you call us?
Singers to lost souls, in exchange for food. Come on, you remember the little girls that sang at the pit each time there was an accident?
Yeah.
Well, we're them.
We're little girls.
Yes. No, those girls are... Look, it's only a last resort anyway. Now come along. I'm hungry and all this talk is aggravating my appetite.
OK, I get it. They'll give us food for that then.
We can but hope. There's a banquet behind every door just waiting for us merry men to chirp for. Charlie, you can put on a brave face whilst Phil and I chime out the mournful dirge or two. Of course you can. Right, lads, on to door number 1. Just follow my lead. A fine morrow to you, innkeep. My name is Thaddeus. I am patriarch of this small band of free men. We seek shelter and, if you will, food and watering. Though the day is young, we are men of action and wish to have the important matters of lodging, sustenance attended to in advance. Don't we, lads?
What he said, yeah.
Just so. Eloquent in its brevity, sir.
Well, Charlie's not in, so he's in too.
May these simple folk no mind, sir. Let me conclude introductions before we get down to practicalities. This well-kept gentleman with a pithy tongue, which he should keep in his head, by the by, is Phil, or Big Phil as they call him in the pit, our previous occupation before becoming free men. Charlie here, well, he don't speak. It's what did Doc call it, Phil? Phil remembers, don't you, lad?
A coping mechanism brought on by post-traumatic
Traumatic stress, that's it. Means he's had a tough old time of it, you see. Been like that as long as we've known him. Our Charlie copes in his silence, Phil here in his abstinence, and myself, sir, in service. To that end, I offer we 3 to you as fetchers, carriers, and dogs' bodies. And failing that, Phil here makes a fine eulogist for lost souls, and Charlie tells a cracking story, if you can follow his fingers.
I thought we was asking for lamb and tit.
The boys will pitch in, don't you worry. A hard day's work guaranteed.
See, we ain't got no money.
Not that should be an issue between us at all, sir. You being surely in need of some service or other we can provide for in lieu of currency. Well, that went well. What do you want to go and flap your mouth about money for, Phil? Remember, better to remain silent and be thought wise than open your mouth and remove all doubt.
In that case, shouldn't you?
It means shut up, Philip. You too, Charlie. I can't hear myself think.
We could.
Shut it! Come on. There has to be more than one game in town. Let's try down the path. Good morning, ma'am. A fine morrow. Hello, hello, hello. Please.
Three bold mice came to an inn, Good evening, host, can you give us a bed? But the host, he grinned and he shook his head, so they all slept out in a field instead, these 3 bold mice.
Three cold mice, woke up next morn. They each had a cold and a swollen face through sleeping all night in an open space. So they rose quite early and left the place, these 3 cold mice.
I must say, this is not at all how I pictured it. The cold. It's so bloody cold out. Leave off, Charlie. I know we're all hungry. Yes, and quite wet too. What a misadventure. I should have known. I should have seen it coming.
Oh, you think it was always going to go like this?
I had thought... Well, no. The persistent walnut's a surprise, I'll concede. Which... Why does Charlie still have that?
He's taken to wearing it like a medal.
I can see that, but again, why?
Dunno. Figured so long as it made him happy, where's the harm? After all, that's what we're all about now, isn't it? Being happier in life. Like you said, not slaving away, but relishing the day.
Nonsense. When did I ever say anything like that?
You said...
Trust the process, Phil. I know what I said, and whatever it was, it isn't important right now. Right now, we need...
A farm?
Why on earth would we need a farm?
Dunno. Charlie's pointing. See?
One idea's as good as another, I suppose. Right. One last knock at the door before we expire. Come on.
3 starved mice, 3 starved mice, came to a farm, came to a farm. The farmer was eating some bread and cheese, so they all went down on their hands and knees and squeaked,
Pray give us a morsel, please.
These 3 starved mice.
3 glad mice, 3 glad mice, ate all they could, ate all they could.
They felt so happy they danced with glee.
But the farmer's wife came in to see what might this merry making be of 3 glad mice, 3 glad mice.
Sir, I can't tell you how grateful we are, my brothers and I. Honestly, we've had a hell of a time of it.
Yes, Sir Devil's own time. There's no love on the road these days, sir. Not like the love I have for this liquor of yours, chin chin.
No, thank you, sir. I don't care for myself when I drink. Most don't care for me when I do neither. Except for Thaddy and Charlie here, of course. Thick and thin. They're family, you know.
We love ourselves entirely too much, eh, Charlie boy? Come here, time for a dance.
I take it, sir, from trinkets and ropes and such on the wall. You're a sailor before the farm. Oh, your son? A lieutenant. It's a fine thing, sir. Tried to draft me and Charlie once, down the Stag and Brambles. No, we decided not to go. You don't mind if Charlie keeps that book, do you? He will read it. Thaddeus taught him out. Well, it'll be tricky getting him off him now he's become so attached to it.
I was thinking one of the ducks' first tea tonight, love. What in all the circles of hell is going on here? Bloody rats!
Come in and join us, good lady. Room for one more.
I think that's the farmer's wife, Thaddy. Charlie, no, I don't think she wants to
Hands off me, you brute! Intruders! Vagabonds, I say! You hold it right there, I'll fetch the cat! You'll see, I thrash the bloody life out of you scoundrels for this!
Oh dear. I am sorry, sir. Not usually so brash. I could go after and apologise. No? Right you are, sir.
Come away from the window, Charlie. 'Tis rude to stare. Oh well, right you are. She's coming back. With a big old bundle of rope. OK, slow down, Charlie. Phil, he's at the charades again. OK, she's a spinning... Crazy! She's a spinning or crazy puppy dog? Oh, she's a crazy...
Oh, Thaddy, I think we ought to...
Hang on. Good Mr. Farmer, did I overhear it said your son was of the naval persuasion? Would he by any chance have left more than the odd sexton in evidence of that? Perhaps some of the more draconian tools of his trade?
Thaddy, I don't understand. And I really think you should sit for a bit.
It's clearing fast, Phil. Fret not. As cat is a thing of fear to mice, so is a cat o' nine tails a thing of fear for trespassers. Our farmer's wife has a nasty old naval whip, and she means to flay us alive. Landlord, it has been a pleasure. Come on, lads. We've outstayed our welcome. Out to the yard. Quick.
What is she going to do with that, Thaddy?
Oi, I see you!
Take a few layers of skin off our backs, I believe, was the threat.
But we never...
Some people see beggars at the table, and they smell a rat.
Well, she means
Come
to...
here! Stealing what's not yours! I tell
We'll never
you!
underestimate a woman defending what's hers. Now
We've
run!
got nothing! And you! Oi! Stop running and take what's coming to
She's
you!
screaming, Thaddy,
I
and throwing
dare you.
rocks.
Keep moving, boys.
See if I
Try
don't.
the gate.
How dare you
Locked.
come round
No
our
way back.
farm try and
Follow
steal
Charlie
stuff
into the
from
bramble
us?
thicket.
We're
She'll never
poor
follow us in
people,
there.
how
She
dare
hit me
you
with a
do
rock,
it?
Dad.
I
She's
dare
still
you.
coming.
Charlie,
You
grab
just
him.
wait.
Quick, boys.
You
Through
just
the
wait till
bramble.
I catch him with you.
Oh,
I'll
she's
set you
relentless.
alive.
I can't
I'll
see
finish
Charlie,
you
help me.
You
Trust
deserve
the
what
process.
everything you get.
Keep
You
going.
deserve-
My eyes, Dad, I'm hurt.
The brambles right in the... I can't see.
Not that way, Charlie. You'll get hurt. Charlie.
Please protect us, my eyes. Where are you,
I
lad?
can't see neither. Thaddy, help. I'm blinded.
Three sad mice.
3 sad mice.
What could they do?
What could they do?
The bramble hedge was most unkind. It scratched their eyes and it made them blind.
And soon each mouse went out of his mind.
These 3 sad mice.
Charlie. Phil. Charlie.
Thaddeus, where are you? Who's this?
Charlie, thank God. Wait, why are you so cold? Why have you got such thin arms? Oh, for God's sake, I'm talking to a tree.
Someone? Anyone? Can't tell what's up or down.
It wasn't meant to go like this. The open road, freedom, my destiny.
Oh, I know she's still coming. That mad woman with the nine-tailed cat.
Lads, are you out there?
Thaddeus! Charlie! Answer me!
Always scratching in the dark, death at our heels. Just once couldn't we have had...
Why did she do it? We weren't doing no harm. He offered us the food, the drink. He said make yourselves at home. We sat him there, he was just fine. Charlie, Thaddeus, please, I'm hurt.
I need a weapon. I wouldn't know what to do with one, but gotta find something. A stick or a rock or... What's this? The bloody walnut! Last thing I need... Ugh.
Who threw that? What's this then? A walnut. Charlie? That you? I got your medal.
Who goes there? Only a villain would sneak up on the blind. I'll warn you. I've got a stick. Announce yourself.
Thaddy?
Phil, is that you, old boy? Charlie, are you there? Say something. Oh, right.
Oh, Charlie, found you at last. Where'd you go
I'm
there?
not Charlie. Hands off me, you.
Oh, Thaddy! Thank God, it's me.
How do you know my name?
It's me, Thaddeus. Phil, I'm right here.
Thaddeus. Yes, that's my name. I know that. But I can know no more in this dark place, without being able to see it so. You sound like Philip, all right. But how do I know for sure? How do I know this silent mass beside you is our Charlie, not another bloody tree? How do I know?
Thad, don't talk like that. I'm hurt, I'm scared.
As well you should be. Our world has been reduced to echoes and mist.
But look, Thaddy.
Look! Look! How do you expect me to look, imposter Phil, without eyes? That wretched woman has blinded me, and likely my brothers too, leaving us lost out here. We're always together. I've not been without them since...
But it's us, Thad. You can tell. I know. Give us your hand and you'll see. Same height, same hair, same nose. All the same.
You suppose, by acting stupid, I'll better think you must be Philip. I tell you, I cannot see, and I will not reach out and touch whatever this thing may be. Oi, maybe, Charlie, hands off me. Let go of my hand. Ah. Okay, then. I concede that is unlikely to be anyone else's face. Okay, Charlie, I know it's you. You can give me my hand back now.
Happy?
Don't be ridiculous. Even if you are Phil, and he's Charlie, our fortunes are no more improved. Look how far we've fallen. Blinded by a berry bush. After what? Mere hours of freedom?
Well, it was our first go at it.
You don't get second goes at life, Phil. I thought I was in control. I thought I had a plan. All those stupid fancy words got us here. Got us nowhere.
We could always go back home.
How could we now? And how exactly do you see that working out for us? We burned that bridge. Even if the pit had deigned to take us back, give us our old bunks in the barracks, why should they? We're proving them right by failing. We're a lesson to all those who might think to follow us. Here's what happens when you spurn the frying pan in favour of the fire. Now back to work like good little vermin.
I'd sooner not be in either the pan or the fire.
That's why we left, you dolt. Life of liberty over responsibility. Flight before the fire consumes you. I'm beginning to wonder if we shouldn't have stayed. Try to put it out instead.
I don't remember there being a fire at all. Do you, Charlie? If there were, it'd at least been nice and warm.
You remember our talk about metaphors, Philip? The flames are metaphorical.
Oh, is that why I couldn't see them?
Where are you, Phil?
Why?
Because I'm going to hit you.
With another metaphor?
The point, Philip... You know what? Forget it. There's just no place in the world at all for little mice to scurry unmolested. That's the end of it.
The greatest crime committed was the ruling off of this land from that, and calling this mine, and that yours.
Are you attempting to quote Rousseau at me? At a time like this, how did you... Where did you...
Trust, brother. It'll all be okay. Like you always say. Trust the process.
Okay, Philip? Okay. What does trust say we do?
Rely on each other. And our wits. Like we've always done, boss. More so now we can't see.
A team effort, then. All right. Is Charlie there? I can't see... I can't tell if he's there.
He's here, I got him.
Good. Charlie, hold on to Phil there, all right? Now, 2 thumps for yes, 1 for no, okay?
I think he says yes, Dad.
Well, that's something. Look, lads, We've tried every house in the valley. Found only one door, even half open to us, from which we were chased, threatened, and now blinded. Not knowing where we are and unwelcome everywhere we've been. I don't conjure we've much chance of finding welcome before we expire.
Okay, Charlie. We're with you so far, boss.
No reason to expect better of folk, and we've even less to offer now we can't see the labour that needs doing. It's all a big unknown, the road ahead. So, like Phil says, maybe we go back.
To the pit? I thought you said...
Not that far, just a little back up the road we know. We'll take the brambles slow.
Whoa, no, Thaddy, not again.
We'll take them slow.
Charlie really doesn't want to go, Thaddy.
It's our only hope, boys. The only thing we know for sure is back there is a barn full of warm hay, a storehouse full of cheese and bread, and a cellar with bottles of the reddest wines. It's all we've got.
And a scary lady with rocks and a whip.
Yes. Well, the journey to the promised land comes with its perils.
I don't think you ought to compare
We'll
us
fix the cat problem. Trust. Just a little more trust and we can
We can what?
We can have our revenge, Philip. The revenge we deserve on that evil woman and this poxy world.
Free blind mice, free blind mice. See how they run, see how they run.
You better run. All you're good for. All you'll ever be bloody good for, vermin. You come here with your delusions. You've not earned it. You've not worked for it. You don't get it. If you've not, that's on you. I protect what's mine. This is the real world out here and it don't forgive. It don't even like you. There's a special circle in hell for thieves, liars, and those two-bone idle to work. You're not welcome anywhere but there. Taking advantage of good honest people. Well, I'll take insurance double that you never trick another naive soul again. I'll cut your rat tails clean off you and mark you for the world to see. Here runs a liar, a thief, and a coward. Now skulk away with you. Leave society be. It wants nothing to do with you.
Free blind mice, see how they ran. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as free blind mice?
Don't touch it.
It hurts.
That witch. She knew. Somehow she knew. Ripped the tails clean off our packs. Took everything.
It's okay, Charlie. It's okay. Don't cry.
Naked without them. What's a mouse without his tail? What is this place? Hostile to the last. Twice brutalised for a lump of cheese.
I don't want to go to any more farms, Thad.
Me neither. I'm sorry, Philip. Charlie, this is all my fault.
Settle down, Charlie. Come on, be good. It'll be okay, Thad. Like you always say, right?
Like I always say. I think I've had enough of saying.
Please, Thad. I can feel the blood. I can. It hurts, Thad, and Charlie's hurt and you're hurt. And we can't just stay here.
Where would you have us go, eh? The pit? Back to the farm? The next village and all the closed doors in it? Face it, Phil. We're done. Mice don't make it out of the maze.
Don't sit down, Charlie. Don't give up. Thad, come on now, you two.
I felt it in the pit. I knew the end was coming. Knew my tether was almost up. I thought, maybe things are different out of the city. Over the hill. People are people wherever you go.
That isn't true, Thaddeus. Come on. We've got each other, haven't we? We're all right.
It's not enough, Philip. They're millions and we're just 3. I can't face waking up each morning to an outnumbered fight. I can't. We're nowhere. We've got no control over any of it, over anything.
Well, that's hardly changed, eh? But I thought we were on the road, the free road, you know? Making the best of it.
Is this the best? Drastic times, they say. Drastic measures. I've control over one part of the road. One little part. Where I choose to leave it.
What do you mean by that?
I mean to end it, Philip. On my terms, no one else's.
End it?
Yes. I'm done. I'm done hoping and dreaming of a better world where people treat each other right. I am done putting on airs and graces and trying to be fancy like the gentlemen in the picture books. It's all just nonsense they sell us to keep us thumping along, isn't it?
Maybe, Thad. I don't know. If you say so.
Oh, hello, Charlie. You with me, lad? Okay. Phil.
Yes, Thaddy?
I don't mean that you and Charlie here should follow me in this. I really don't. But, well, you're the only decent folk I've ever known, and I want you to be with me at the end. Even if it's just to say goodbye.
Of course, Thaddy. We'll stick together, through and through. Like we always do.
That's me, boys. Right. One more stop.
Where are we going?
That devilish merchant, the alchemist. From them, a deathly poison to forever silence Thaddeus and the mocking voices that plague him.
3 sick mice, 3 sick mice.
Gave way to tears, gave way to tears.
They could not see and they had no end. They sought a chemist who death could send these 3 sick mice.
Nothing in this life is given for free. You were chased by a cat that meant to kill, blinded by a woman who in rage was ill. Now come to me, both feline and medic, foe by nature, a healer by nurture. Who am I to be if I turn you away, to deny you the death I can provide? Who am I if I grant you your request to aid the cycle of hatred with a spin? Not one of us is born an island alone. We keep our shores to spare our hearts from pain. Our existence makes us lands kept apart. Moneyed men persuade us bridges bring chaos. But if we want to survive to tomorrow, as you should want, we have to work together. Not just you and I, but all. I know it sounds dramatic. We have fallen so far, it takes us all together to pull us back up again. This is no poison then, but a balm to mend, for it is never too late to do so. I take no coin for it. But should you find yourself in a position to mend another as I have for you now, do so, and consider your debt as paid. Good mice, that is it. All the transaction this world requires of you. All you need give, and all it ought to ask for. I hope this is enough for you.
3 sick mice.
Gave way to tears.
They sought a chemist and found a friend. She gave him some, never too late to mend.
These 3 sick mice.
Thank you, missus. Thaddy'd normally have a thing or two to say, I'd wager, but he's not been the talkative sort of late.
I'll see thanks soon enough if all 3 of you go on living.
This potion, then? It'll fix us.
Drop 3 drops and 3 onto your palm. Rub where once your tailcoat had been, and sleep. Come the morning, what was lost will be restored to you.
And our sight? Will we see again?
A new way of seeing, if you will. A different way to look at life. Your confidence, your joy restored.
I don't understand.
You will be all right in time, I promise. I know it doesn't feel like that sometimes. Here, a cane for you, Philip, to feel your way forward. Charlie, take both Philip and Thaddeus in hand. You must hold your little family together now. Thaddeus, I know you feel the path you took can go no further, so for you I have this address written upon a card. A new path. An empty house where 3 enterprising souls might make a business and a life for themselves. Run your hand across this card, feel its indentations. I'll show you what this language means. That part at the end is a picture of a piano in need of care. Not to put a good idea in a head already so full of them. With that, dear fellows, I bid you back into this new world to find your way anew.
3 wise mice, 3 proud mice,
Soon settle down.
soon settle down. The name of the house I cannot tell.
But they've learned a trade and are doing well.
If you call upon them, ring the bell.
3 times twice.
The unabridged autobiography of 3 blind mice was recorded at Chapel FM for the Writing on Air Festival. The performers, in order of appearance, were Enya Lucas as the choir, with assistance from Pam Wilson, Chris Watson as Phil, Ben Hopwood as Thaddeus, Pam Wilson as the farmer's wife and the alchemist. The following piece of music was recorded to accompany the broadcast of the play and was written and performed by Duncan Evans, whose upcoming show on the 3rd of April at the Fox and Newt in Leeds is unlikely to involve any blind mice or cats, but is nevertheless highly recommended by us. Thank you for listening.
Three blind mice, and one of them's got a gun. They race out of the bank to the getaway car. They're gonna have themselves some fun. 3 blind mice, yes, they're beaten, they're blood-sodden and they're bruised, but they're speeding along at 110. They've got nothing left to lose. Yeah. Blind mice, there's a code they just have to uphold. You see, everyone's got debts, even farmers and vets, and sometimes they're just best paid back cold. So they've crashed their car now, and they've set the thing alight. 3 silhouettes scurrying away from the blaze, and everything will be alright. The dream is gone, but there's no one to tell you you're living it wrong. The dream is gone. No doubts, no fears, no eyes, all ears tonight. I'm collecting the tales of 3 blind mice, but I'm dreaming this story of 3 wise men. Will someone please help me take off this mask? I think it's happening again. The dream is gone, but there's no one to tell you you're living it wrong. The dream is gone. No doubts, no fears, no eyes, all ears tonight. I'm a man in a mouse mask, and in my trembling hand there's a gun. I'm pissing myself and I want to go home, and I'm blinded by the sun. Yeah. Three blind mice, they know tonight's the one. They squeeze each other's soft hands one more time. They're gonna have themselves some fun. Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna have themselves some fun.